Where'd she go?
What's going on? What's up, y'all? So we received a moped style all-terrain e-bike to review that came with 2 motors. So that makes this the first ever e-bike that I reviewed on the channel with dual motors. So we have a 750 watt motor with a 1200 watt peak, which is the front wheel. And then I'm assuming on the bike in the rear wheel we have a 1000 watt, 1400 watt peak motor. So finally reviewing a bike with dual motors. And this is an Aniioki bike. This is like my third Aniioki bike. We love Aniioki in this house. Am I lying?
100%.
And that's my brother Tyle coming to frame here. That's my brother Tyle here. We love Aniioki in the house, right?
Yup.
Why do we like Aniioki bikes?
Battery life, man.
He's referring to my long range e-bike as the Aniioki A8. That's the one we use when we go on like neighboring cities. I use the Aniioki A8. We can go like 25 miles on max speed. Going in that 25 miles and back, I'll lose like 1 out of 5 battery bars, maybe. Like the Aniioki A8 is crazy when it comes to battery life, and it has a lot of other cool features too. But what I don't like about that bike is the seat.
Bruh.
The seat is real clunky. Like you have to like pull it up and down like this. It's a hassle. So hopefully we get the same range with this bike, but with a better seat. If we do, this might be the best long-range e-bike that I've ever reviewed on this channel. So the bike that we received is an Aniioki AQ177 Pro Max. And you can get this bike in a single motor or a dual motor version. Look like we got the dual motor version. So again, we're excited about that. It has a 52 volt 60 amp hour battery, advertised to take you up to 200 miles per charge. 100 miles per charge throttle only. And usually I wouldn't believe those kind of numbers, but having an Aniioki already, I think, you know, probably telling the truth. This bike also has full suspension, advertised to go 30 to 33 miles per hour. I'm assuming it might go faster than that with dual motors, but you know, we'll see. This bike is IP65 waterproof, and that's regarding the battery, the wiring, the display. This bike weighs 92 pounds. Maximum weight of the rider is 350 pounds. To purchase this e-bike, feel free to use my link and my code in the description below to get a discount. Also, I am doing an e-bike giveaway. If you want to be included in this giveaway, you have to be subscribed to the channel and comment below on what type of e-bike you would like. So what we're going to do is put this bike together, go through all of the features, and then we're going to go on-road, off-road, because I think it has all-terrain tires and it has full suspension. And then we're going to test this range out. I'm going to try to go like maybe 25-30 miles. I usually do like 10 to 15, but go 25-30 miles. Really excited about this one.
Going on up out of there.
So this is what the bike looks like fresh out the box. I would say it was wrapped moderately well. I do like the fact that the front wheel came in its own box. So let's go ahead and get this unwrapped. What'd you say about the battery?
Look at that thing, man.
So this is what the bike looks like fresh out the box. Doesn't look like anything was damaged. Look like everything is intact. Does look like we're going to have to put our front all-terrain wheel on, which has CST BFT 20x4" tires on it, and those are my, I would say at this point, third favorite tire. They are very grippy, but durability is kind of like, if we turn that tire around, let's see, we got a motor on that thing, so we got to put that front wheel on. We are going to have to put the handlebar on, which is attached via wires here. This bike also came with 2 boxes, so let's see what's in these boxes. So it looks like we have our user manual. Let's look into it a little bit. Instructions seem pretty clear. I always like it when they include pictures. It does look like that front motor is going to be a little interesting to put on, but it looks like they have all the steps to do so in here. It does look like the manual go into your advanced setting. Usually E-bike companies don't let you see what the advanced settings are. Look like we have our beefy headlight. We have our pedals, which are labeled. We have your standard hexagon wrench set, which I usually don't use because they're usually kind of short, but we also have a few other wrenches. We have our hefty battery charger. It looks like the clamps that we usually use to put the headlight on were already installed, so all we're going to have to do is screw the headlight in here. So the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and put our front wheel on, but before we do that, we do have to come down here and take this out of our brake. So we did take this off of this front wheel. We took this washer off and this screw, and then also this piece here, and we've never had to put a piece like that on a front wheel before. But what that does is, if you lift this up here, as we lift the bike up, and this does go in there a certain way. This is not a complete circle, it's a circle, but it's flat to match the flat part here on the front fork. Is that?
There we go.
Okay. And so now what we're going to do is unscrew these two here. We put this in there. After we unscrew it, screw it back in these two holes here. Then we're going to put our washer and our screw on top. Kind of unclear in the instructions, but we wanted to make sure this cord that connects the motor to your bike is coming out this way, so that way it's not rubbing up against the disc brake at all. Now let's put the screws on the other side. So on the other side, and it's not clear in the instructions, but we have this washer with this hook on it, right? The washer was supposed to go in here and then out that way.
Yeah, I think that's what it's
So we're going to take this off.
And I'm looking on the other side.
Yeah, put the washer on the other side of that. So now that we got this off the wheel, I'm going to go ahead and put this washer on. And it's not a full circle in the middle. It's flat on the inside of that circle there. So it does go in there a certain way. So put that in there like that. And then we're going to try to put this front fork on. Alright, get that side on. Goodness. Now, hey, there we go. Alright, we got it. So when you're connecting this front motor here, the motor in your front wheel, there is two arrows here that you use to align this together, so that way you know you're connecting this the right way. So we got this bike put together. The hardest part to put together was definitely the front wheel with the motor in it. This bike is, I think, more on the largest side of moped style e-bikes. From wheel to wheel, it's about 5 feet 8 inches long, so it's still compact enough. The seat at its lowest point from the floor is 2 feet 6 inches. The handlebar, which is kind of adjustable, where we have it right now, is 3 feet 8 inches from the floor. Again, I do like how grippy the CST BFT tires are, but sometimes the durability is a little iffy. But all in all, I love the fact that this is a step through. I think this is the first moped style e-bike that I had that's a step through, so that's good. But all in all, I think it's a good looking bike. Definitely looks like a moped. We have a regular seat and we have a regular bike seat pole. First of all, moped style e-bikes, I love the ones that have adjustable seat, because most of them, the seat is not adjustable and your knees come too high when you're pedaling them for moped style e-bikes. So only moped style e-bikes that I like are ones that have adjustable seats. Look at that suspension. And we have two suspensions in the rear, and I've had the suspension on an e-bike before. It definitely delivered on that e-bike. And I do think I may like this suspension better than the Aniioki A8. That suspension was just okay, but we'll see. Give y'all an idea of the rear suspension. We have a motorcycle style front fork with adjustable suspension. So right now, if you want to open up your suspension, you turn it that way. If you want to lock out your suspension, let's say you're on a flat surface and you turn it this way. We're going to go ahead and open up. Give y'all an idea of the suspension. Nice wide handlebar, especially for a moped style e-bike. Handlebars a little bit wider than 2 feet 3 inches. Look like we have your standard hard rubbery handlebar grips here. You can charge this 52 volt battery, which is huge, while it's in the bike by putting your charger in here. If you want to remove this battery, you can. It did come with some keys, so you turn the keys that way, and you can take this huge 52 volt battery out. I highly doubt that this bike is 90 something pounds with this battery in it. Maybe it's 90 something pounds without the battery, but with that battery on, it's probably, I would say, over 120 for sure. Get a look at our rear and front 205 millimeter die-island disc brakes. We have a rear rack that's built into the bike, so I guess that kind of makes this bike also a cargo bike. Usually when the rear rack is built into the bike like that, especially on such a big bike like this, I would say this can probably handle like 100, maybe a little bit more than 100 pounds. Looks like we have 7 gears for pedaling, and we have a standard Shimano gear shifter. We have a feature that I absolutely love, and I think all e-bikes should have, which is the ability to change how tight your hydraulic brakes are with this knob on your handlebar. I love this feature. Before we turn this bike on, and you do need this fob to turn the bike on, I want to remind y'all that this bike does have an alarm system. So if I click the lock button on this, that turns my alarm on, and then if I click the unlock button, that turns it off. But if I turn it on, I'm going to turn my alarm on. Now I'm going to try to move the bike. This happens when I try to move the bike. It does that when I try to move the bike. That is so dope. So now I'm going to go ahead and unlock this bike, and then I'm going to hit this button in the middle to turn the bike on. Okay, so that turns my colorful display on. So over here on our panel, it looks like we have a horn. That's louder than most. Looks like we have turner signal, so if I click that over there, that engages my turner signal on the back of my bike. Now if I press and hold this button right here, that turns my beefy headlight on and my rear light on. And that rear light is also a brake light. Under my display looks like I have a USB charger if you want to charge your phone. This bike does have 5 different pedal assist modes. We're in mode 4 now, as you can see. If you want to navigate through the modes, then you just press the plus or the minus button. We're not going to go through some of the basic items on the display. First of all, you can get more features here. Right now it looks like it has our odometer. If you click the I button on your panel here, you'll get more information. So that's our maximum miles per hour based on our last bike ride, our average miles per hour, how long has the bike been on for, your trip mileage, which I'm sure you can reset. Also on the display we have our light indicator, whether our headlight is on, our battery light is over here, whether we are in using one motor or both motors. Right now we're just using the motor in the rear. Our miles per hour, pretty sure you can change that calculation from miles per hour to kilometers. So not only does this bike have advanced settings, it has advanced settings that are really easy to navigate through and easy to understand. So to go into your advanced settings, you're going to press and hold the plus and the minus button. And here you press up and down to navigate. So we have display settings. We're going to press I, click I to go into that. So here is where we can reset our trip if we want to. We did ride the bike a little bit, couldn't help ourselves. Our toggle unit, that's if you want to measure your speed in miles per hour or kilometers. We're going to keep it in miles per hour. How bright do you want your display? And I'm not going to go through all these settings. I will go through some of them though. Looks like you can set a password on this display. You can reset everything to the default, or you can go back. And that's what we're going to do. Now we're going to go into our advanced settings. Again, this is very easy to kind of navigate. So I'm going to click the I button to go into our advanced settings. Our speed limit. So we can change how fast we go. And it looks like the maximum. And I'm pressing up here. Yeah, okay. So yeah, I doubt if you can go 60 miles per hour on this bike, but we're gonna set this to 41 miles per hour. Looks like we have pedal assist sensitivity. I think this should be required for all e-bikes because you have people of different athletic levels using the bike for different reasons. Some people might need to ghost pedal. Some people may want to get a workout in. We're going to keep it at a 3 so you can see what it's like out the box. It also lets you adjust, I believe this is like your takeoff speed. Drive mode. So this is where you can determine if you want to use both motors or if you want to use one motor. So it looks like for your drive mode, so you can go auto. You can go rear, which means I'll just use my rear motor. Front means I'll just use my front motor. Or you can do FR, which means I can use my front and rear motor. We're going to spend a majority of this video just using the rear motor, but when I do the max speed test, I'm going to use one with rear motor, one with both front and rear motors, so we can kind of see how that impacts your speed. So, Brother Tayo, what are your thoughts?
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10?
With both tires engaged, you get
to 33 quick.
Yeah, it's just like you like you shot out of a cannon. The suspension is real good on this thing.
Oh, yeah, better than the last one?
Oh yeah, this is way better. The seat is better, of course. It's not clunky like the last one. Fun factor though, man. This thing's fun.
We are about to try out the different pedal assist modes, starting with mode 1. But I did forget to mention just how wide this body is. It's about 5.5 inches wide, and this was the problem on the last Aniioki A8 because the seat was also wide, which is not very comfortable. But because this have a normal bike seat, I can kind of bring my knees a little bit closer, and because it's a step through. So we're gonna see how fast we go in mode 1. And I did not change the pedal assist sensitivity at all, so this is how it is fresh out the box. I know this is a pretty heavy bike, so I'm gonna go down a gear here. Once you go down some gears, it's not that hard to pedal in mode 1 actually. I thought it would be harder to pedal in mode 1 because this is a really heavy bike, and because you got 2 motors, but no. Mode 1's taking me up to it's like 12 miles, 13 miles per hour mode 1. All right, so we now switched it to mode 3. Let's see how fast we go up in gears. See how fast we go in mode 3 here. Okay. Pedal assist, not delayed at all, but it didn't send me flying either. Pedal assist was kind of perfect. So mode 3. Okay, look like 21 miles per hour mode 3. Love the brakes, love the brakes. So we're now gonna try mode 3, dual motor. I'm using the motors in the front and the back. Let's see how that affects my my ride here. All right, just, whoa. Okay, the takeoff was a little bit more, a little less gradual for sure. 21. Okay, trying to brake here. Man, I love the brakes, but still went up to 21 miles per hour in mode 3 on dual motor, but looked like it got me there quicker. You went off-road more than normal. So what are we giving this suspension on a scale from 1 to 10?
That'd be a 10.
That's a 10?
That'd be a 10.
Oh.
It's not a game, it's a rich game.
Too fast! Way too fast! So, Aniioki AQ177 step through. What are your thoughts?
I love it.
What do you
An amazing bike. And I don't say that very often.
Right,
The
okay.
seat is comfortable.
What?
What? I love the twist throttle. The handlebars are good. The tires are grippy. It's fast.
Yeah.
It is fast. I will say this though. The one drawback I think about this bike is mode 1 and 2 kind of slow to me. It almost seems as if the pedal assist isn't there. Once mode 3, 4, and 5 hit, it hit.
But the good thing is you can adjust the pedal assist sensitivity, so maybe it needs to be a little higher.
The display is great. The light is big and beefy. Like it has turn signals. I like that. Man, it handles the turns perfectly. Like the suspension, 10 out of 10 on the suspension. 10 out of 10.
Would you get this bike on a scale from 1 to 10?
9.5.
9.5. Why the 0.5?
Because you gotta adjust this pedal assist for mode 1 and 2.
We're getting our point of view shots in. First shot we're gonna do is testing out these all-terrain BST tires. And again, I've had these tires on e-bikes before. They are very grippy, but we're about to test out how grippy they are. We're gonna go through some gravel here. Let's see how we do. Yeah, as expected, definitely grippy on gravel. I think durable enough to sustain gravel. So let's brake here. Yeah, not bad, not bad. Now, because this bike is a moped style e-bike, they are usually the body is usually lower to the floor. And because we have grippy tires, all-terrain tires, and because we have a nice wide handlebar, a bike like this, I would say is perfect for leaning into your turns. If you do fall, it's gonna be a heavy bike on you, so, you know, lean at your own leisure. I like leaning. We're not gonna go off-road with some hills, continue to test out these tires, but mainly test out the suspension. All right. Suspension pretty decent. Yeah, that's pretty nice. I ain't gonna even lie. Better than the Aniioki A8, that's for sure. Keep going here. All right, let's keep going here. Yeah, that's pretty decent. Yep. I would say top 3 for sure regarding moped style e-bikes. Top 3. I think I can think of one moped style e-bike that has better suspension, barely, but this is up there. On a scale from 1 to 10, I get a suspension of 9. I get a suspension of 9. 6 feet with shoes on. I will say I love the fact that, again, we have an adjustable seat, so I can pedal without my knees coming too high. The handlebar is a little too low for me, so I will be adding like a handlebar extender. Again, I can rotate it closer to me if I want to, but I think it's just a little bit too low. The box, I think the pedal assist in mode 1 through 3 is pretty perfect. I'm gonna stop here. I'm gonna go ahead and start pedaling. I'm in mode 3. And I'm in 7 gears, so starts off a little gradual, which you can change. You can change how gradual you start. And then once you start, I feel like it gives me the perfect amount of pedal assist. Now in mode 1, you are gonna have to go down a gear, like maybe 1 or 2 or 3 to get that pedal assist going, because this is such a heavy bike. But 1 through 3 pedal assist, pedal assist is pretty perfect. Mode 4 and 5, to me, in my opinion, way too much pedal assist. I'm gonna switch it to mode 4. Stop the bike, show y'all what I'm talking about. It's a little too much pedal assist here. It still starts out pretty gradually, but then it gives you way too much. You see, I'm ghost pedaling now, like, you know, but you can adjust your pedal assist sensitivity. This bike being a step through and having a normal seat really does set this apart from the Aniioki A8, because on that bike, because the body is so wide, I had to kind of pedal with my knees like far apart like this, which I don't like doing. But because this is the step through, and because I can adjust the seat high, I can pedal this bike normal. Also, this is probably the smoothest moped style e-bike that I've reviewed on this channel. Like, I normally don't feel comfortable doing this on a moped style e-bike because they're a little lower to the floor and because of the motorcycle style front fork. But on this bike, I feel comfortable doing it. It's just real smooth. It's very stable. We have somewhat of a straightaway, so we're going to try max speed, pedal assist, single motor. So I'm only using the motor in the back. Let's see how fast we go here. Okay, 26, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 32 miles per hour. So we're now going to try max speed dual motor and kind of semi-flying there. So we'll get by this curve and let's gun it. Okay, 29, I got it 29 pretty quick. 31, 33, 33. Okay, I'm gonna try max speed, throttle only, single motor. So I'm only using the motor in the back. Looks like we're going 28 miles per hour, almost 29. Yeah, we're going down the hill though. So I'm now in dual motor. We're gonna go throttle only, dual motor, max speed. Let's see how fast we go here. I got to 28 pretty quick on that one. All right, 30, 31, 32, 33. Okay, 33. Now, I'm not encouraging you to ride your e-bike in the streets, but if you do want to ride your e-bikes in the street, this bike is perfect. It's probably the most perfect e-bike for the street because it has some size to it, and it's heavy. That heaviness does make the bike more stable. You have some speed, you can go up to 33 miles per hour on this bike. You can keep up with traffic, especially if you're in the right lane. And you got probably the best full suspension of any other moped style e-bike. So any cracks in the road, cracks like these, you don't even feel them on this bike. So I'm in mode 5, dual motor, throttle only. And we're gonna go up a hill. This is a pretty steep hill, about a 35-degree hill. We're gonna see how much speed we lose going up this hill. So going into the hill, I'm going 31 miles per hour going into the hill. Let's see how fast we go here. So 32. All right, 28, 27. 24, 24, okay.
So Aniioki AQ177 Pro Max, I think this is the best long-range e-bike that I've reviewed on this channel, as well as the best moped-style e-bike that I've reviewed on this channel. And I love the fact that you can adjust the height of this seat, and you have a regular seat pole. I love the fact that this bike is a step through because the body is kind of wide, right? But because it's a step through, you don't have to pedal with your knees all wide and things like that. I love the suspension. This is, I would say, top 3 suspensions for a moped style e-bike. I love the fact that you have over 10 advanced settings which are easy to follow. And in those settings, you can change things like your pedal assist sensitivity and your takeoff speed. I love that you can purchase this as a single motor or dual motor bike. Having a dual motor really only increases the speed like maybe 1 or 2 miles per hour, but it gets you there quicker. So you can really get this bike as a single motor bike. If you want to do that, I think at that price point, you're getting this bike at a discount, in my opinion. And I love all the bells and whistles. You have an alarm system. There's a key fob that you need to turn this bike on, so you have anti-theft going on there. You have a headlight, a rear light, you have a brake light, you have turning signals. You have the ability to change how tight your hydraulic brakes are with this knob on your handlebar. You can charge your cell phone from your display. And it's a really smooth ride. Like, this is one of the few moped style e-bikes that I could ride without my hands on the handlebar because it's very secure, very sturdy ride. I love the speed, I love the brakes, and the battery life. The battery life I think is amazing. I went on a 20-mile bike ride. I spent 5 of those miles going max speed, pedal assist, single motor. I spent another mile of that 20 going max speed, pedal assist, dual motor. I spent another mile going max speed, dual motor, throttle only. In that 20 miles, I only used 92% of my battery. So based on my bike ride, that's around 200 miles of charge. I think maybe the only thing, and I might be being a little petty, is I do like it when the chain wheel cover is aluminum instead of plastic. That's it. Like that's it. So on a scale from 1 to 10, I would give this bike a 10. I mean, it's a 10. Comment below what you would give this e-bike on a scale from 1 to 10. Any other e-bike you want me to review, also comment below. Thank y'all for watching. Peace.